What does forgiveness look like? What does it sound like? And what does it feel like? As a child, I went through experience that I don't wish upon anyone. And through writing, I figure I'm going to share with the world what the process is to be confident. Once I started writing the story, I realized that I was far from being confident. Then it came to the point that while I was speaking, I realized I had not forgiven. I could not find my peace. I could not find my comfort. And I started with the whole process of, how do I forgive? What does it really look like? Is it just going and talking to the person, asking them for forgiveness, or telling them what they did that really caused me pain? Or was it through prayer? Was it through meditation? In reality, we all have our own way of seeking forgiveness. And I've come through this process of writing, speaking about what happened to me as a child, that it's not one single way of forgiving. It feels different for everyone. My experience is not the same as your experience. Someone else's is different from their neighbor, is different from their own sibling. It's a different experience that we all go through. It's a different process. So for me, forgiving came with initially learning to forgive myself. To forgive that it's okay to make mistakes. To forgive and accept just who I am. And realize that even though I went through abuse as a child, it wasn't intentional. I don't believe these people were really trying to hurt me, or this particular woman was really trying to inflict pain or cause me a miserable life. So, how do I forgive this woman? How do I accept what happened to me? And then realize that it's just an experience. Through this whole process of really writing and speaking about my experience of sexual abuse as a kid, I realized that I still had a lot to let go. There were some deeply rooted emotions, resentment, and even anger. And I realized I was angry with a lot of people. And I'm a happy-go-lucky type of person, and never really thought, oh, I'm going to hold a grudge with anyone ever. But through this whole process of really writing and speaking, sharing what I went through, then I realized that I still had to really learn to let go. And to forgive. And the process for me to forgive was through letting go, through really just taking my problems and giving them to the higher being. I just wasn't even strong enough to even deal with that stuff. And it took a lot to even realize and get to that point, or even be aware that I was going through that process. Through learning to forgive, I became more confident. I became more at peace with myself. I don't think I will be standing here talking to you about this whole experience if it wasn't because I started writing about it and talking about it. The first time I was in public sharing it, I was a total mess. I mean, I probably cried like never before on a stage. It wasn't an easy process. But then I realized that little by little, it's okay. I just had to learn to let go and truly let go. Take that and give it to somebody else. But it's not easy just to get to that point. I mean, what initially happened is that I was emotionally devastated. And I realized that just because I couldn't learn to let go, I was affecting my own health. I was emotionally down, emotionally devastated. Then I got physically sick to the point that I was struggling just to get up and get going with my day. And I only got up just because I knew I had to. Some people can say it's depression, but I don't know that that's what I really experienced. It was painful. But finally, I decided, okay, I'm gonna own my health. So if I'm not forgiving, it's affecting me emotionally. If I'm not forgiving, it's affecting me physically. And because I'm affected physically, I have even a hard time functioning in my work, functioning as a mother, as a wife, as a friend. I didn't really want to have anything to do with anyone. So I had to step back, go back to the very beginning and realize, what's all this preaching I'm doing? If I'm not at peace with myself, how can I be at peace with anyone else? So took it back, realized that I need to learn to be at peace with myself, to truly let go. That what happened, it was an experience, nothing else. And I had to learn to let it go. And that helped me grow and be who I am today. I don't justify it. I don't think that anyone knowingly should do that to anyone else, because no one really deserves that. But if it happened, how do you pull yourself together? Get up, keep moving, forgive yourself, forgive the person or persons who have or might have contributed to it, and give it to God. It's the only way to really find peace. My process was one that was longer, and I had to write about it, I had to talk about it in order for me to be healed. And I certainly hope that what I'm sharing with you today can help you too. What are you going to do with it? What is forgiving really going to look like for you? What is it going to sound like? And what does it feel like? How do you truly feel at peace? Connected with yourself. Connected with those around you. It's up to you. It's your choice. What are you going to do with it? It's in your hands. I am Angelica Monroy.